Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wasteland 3, where I hope Riley was kidding about it being an urgent situation. I have driven us back to base, gotten us all healed up, I rebuilt our clone. If I had thought about it a little bit more, I might have stopped off and gotten a pet for Ringer. I don't know where else we could pick up a stag. I know where there are a couple of does, and they might be statistically the same, but yeah, I probably should have done that. Well, anyway, here we are. We'll figure it out. Somehow he will do without his damage bonus. It was a really nice damage bonus, though. It's a good animal for him. Yes, we're just gonna get out here and try it. So what do we got? We got a Crazer at 20 armor with 412 health. It seems like a lot of things now have enough armor that it's a little bit of a problem for us. Like, obviously, the characters who are using energy weapons never have to worry about it. Why is your gun not loaded? You have 32 penetration, but like we have 12 on this melee weapon, 13 on the max 17, 17 on that, so we are going to have to worry about that a little bit. We have a couple of softer targets here. On the whole, though, my suspicion is this is not going to be too difficult to fight, if only because the car is present for this one. So let's... I do sort of wish that you could pause the game, like pause time and issue a move order to each person to be executed simultaneously when you unpause. I think that would help a lot with this combat system. So we're going to try to move everybody into sensible positions quickly after this Crazer patrols back around. Like, I think I want to run Brass all the way up here. Can we do that? Yeah. Alright, Brass in, Ringer in, Lucia closer, Skelly this way, Jim kinda in the middle, and Quan, step up and take that opening shot. Huh, it didn't sound like he got a full volley off there. No, it is treating it as though we didn't start the combat. He definitely fired, though. We heard some gunshots. And this guy took damage. So... Huh. Maybe combat is only considered to be started by you if you finish your action to open the battle, and we just cut it as close as it is possible for it to be cut there? I guess? Alright, let's not obliterate my cover too much, but also... This should be fine. We don't need that barrel. I know Brass is behind that barrel right now, but Brass will survive a turn of being sort of in the open. And I want to do as much damage to their cover as possible. I think this will be fine. Yeah, okay, I didn't actually destroy the sandbags, but the barrels went up. Okay, Skelly. Oh, minus 100%. Yep, that does say minus 100% fire damage. These guys are just fireproofed, I guess. Huh. Well, do I want her to run up and... It looks like, yeah, all of them have fire damage reduction. Weird. Alright, I do really wish that Brass had a turn. So I think we step up to, like, here. We do the spray, and then we figure out the rest of his movement afterward. And then Lucia plays a little bit of cleanup. Man, I'm so glad we gave SMGs a shot. It's really worked out well for Quan so far. Alright, and then I just left him stand in the open. You know, whatever, he'll be fine. Oh, right, this thing... Okay. That seems pretty okay. Did I say you could survive? That's pretty neat. That's a pretty neat weapon. And I'm just going to put her in ambush mode with the pistol. See if anybody wants to wander into it. Well, she did something. I don't know why the camera's dashing around the way it is. You would think if the camera's going to be moving during the enemy's turn, it should move to show what's happening and not move, like, intentionally away from what is happening, which it absolutely did there. Yeah, this is a little bit frustrating because we absolutely it should have been our turn. Like, we did the thing that you'd have to do to make it your turn first, and it just didn't happen 100% of the way for whatever reason. Damage previews are nonsense.
Executing order.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to argue, I think, that is not vastly better than what we'd be getting out of the other weapon. And I think I'm going to have Ringer just press this dude. Because the other one's standing in the open. Should be very easy to kill. Although it's, I suppose, not like it's going to be hard to do these other two in either. So, Jim could take 2 shots, or Jim could do an Inspire. I think I'm actually just going to take the 2 shots here. Yeah, that lights that guy up pretty good, and then Skelly can back up and hopefully get something a little bit better. There's no concept of anything approaching like a... what do you call it? An attack of opportunity or anything here. Just take advantage of the top of the ladder to make it difficult for enemies to melee me. Alright, Quan, do you have this guy? I have to imagine. And then he can get a really clean shot on you as well. Although if I'm going to move at all, I should make sure I'm moving. So that's 2 AP. Make sure I'm moving far enough that I get my bonus. It's 5 spaces or more? Yeah.
Is that?
Hiya, Rangers! I heard Daddy told you to call on me. Gosh darn great to meet ya. We're rolling out the red carpet for you.
That voice sounds familiar. We found another one of the flamethrowers that Skelly is using, and also a bunch of fuel, which is nice. A key for the Welcome Lodge, and a bunch of crummy rebreathers that probably didn't work before, but especially don't work now that someone has been murdered in them. Let's just go ahead and pop an injury kit real quick, because this is an injury that I think is annoying enough that it warrants the attention. I hate it when it does this. I don't know why it does this. I did go through our armor sets and stuff and update some people. We had some gear that was worth improving, in particular like some pants and stuff. So people are slightly better statted than they have been. I have mostly been doing that stuff off camera because I don't know that it's necessarily.
Looks to be operated electrically.
Yes, thank you, Lucia. I don't know that it's necessarily fascinating to watch. We got Aspen Radio Ad 2. Do not air.
Summit Ski Lodge and Resort Ad, take 1. Go ahead, Mr. Torrance.
Yep, experienced the pinnacle of luxury at the... Luxury? You're kidding, right? I've been in that place, and let me tell you, it ain't been luxurious since Liberace was knee-high to a candelabra. The lobby looks like the snack bar to drive in, and the room had lime green carpet and orange walls. Orange!
Mr. Torrance, we only have you booked for like half an hour.
And the food? Prawns and aspic, lobster Newburg? The whole menu looked like it had been cooked 30 years ago, and tasted like it had been heated up 30 minutes ago.
Mr. Torrance.
Alright. It's not me who's gonna get sued for false advertising. Let's go, take 2.
I mean, why would you even save that, right? I get why you wouldn't want to air it.
Thank you for the medical attention.
But it feels like you could just record over that one. It's probably fine. Alright, got ourselves a key to the employee lounge. Something about it tells you it has spent most of its history being lost in the strangest places. And a melodica. This instrument is normally played by blowing into an air tube connected to the keyboard body. Someone has replaced the insides with an activated carbon cabin filter in order to breathe in purified air from the tube. And it also still makes music. Okay. What a strange thing. Alright, Jim gets us an EMP grenade that hopefully will actually work. And so there's a drawbridge here that we can't put down unless we get inside. It looks like, yeah, that line runs inside. Okay, well, let's go in through the employee lounge, because the fact that that key was behind a lockpicking check suggests to me that this will be the more beneficial entrance. Let's also maybe spend our level up, shall we? So, Quan, we're probably just waiting until we can cap out on nerd stuff. Yeah. And I don't know, man. You're kind of real good at your job as it is. Like, speed, I guess. Likes to be able to get close to people. And then you... We do have some reasons to push armor modding up. We still don't really... It still doesn't really seem like there's a reason to go Animal Whisperer any higher. And obviously there's a fun perk at the top of armor modding. I think maybe we'll push armor modding up a little bit. We do have a couple of armor mods that we can't use just yet, so that might be worthwhile. And then... Do we want to grab overhealing? The boost only lasts for 3 turns. It feels like it's very unlikely. We almost never... We do not heal during combat very often, and we certainly don't want to have Ringer healing people during combat very often because, you know, because he's so good at punching. I guess we could just do extreme combo, just push that up a little bit. We could get him even more armor and con. I mean, it feels like he's doing okay, frankly, but also what else am I going to do with this perk point, right? You know what? Crit resistance. There you go. That's a form of toughness he's not maxed out on already. Frankly, I kind of feel like a lot of our characters are like as developed as they need to be. Alright, let's have Quan sneak in a little bit here. So we have a not very heavily locked door. And of course, lots and lots of traps. Maybe this is a place where they're storing prisoners? I mean, actually, based on what that guy just said, he's probably not a prisoner. They probably haven't found him, you know. Jim, just take a quick look in here. Opie is a merchant of some kind, for some reason. Aspen Radio ad 1. And some money and some garbage.
Experience the pinnacle of luxury at the breathtaking Summit Ski Resort and Lodge. Board our motor coach in downtown Aspen for a secluded mountain getaway in one of our cozy, rustic cabins. Spend the day on one of our private slopes, and then retire to our Swiss-style chalet for an après-ski cocktail or a warm cup.
I can't believe you're here. I thought I was going to have to make a run for it or eat my own fingers or something.
You know, I was doing a thing there, Opie. You could have waited a second. I mean, we get the bit.
Name's Opie. I've been hiding in there since Vic and his crazies rolled through, eating the food saved up for my trip home, listening to the screams, hearing weird sounds, wondering where they'd, you know, find me and kill me.
It's a little weird that we don't have the option of asking, how long was that? Because that is definitely my first question. Well, yeah, you're safe now.
It's good to hear that. I ain't never been no fighter, buddy. Not like you bunch. You're the Rangers, ain't you? I've been hearing about you, you know, fighting them Dorseys down in the city, shooting your way across Colorado. Gotta say, I expected you to be tough, but this...
He trails off, shaking his head at the sight of the battlefield behind you. To be clear, the thing that's behind me is a hallway that he has seen before, because it's the way he got into this room, because it's the only way into this room. He can't have heard of us if he's been in here since Vic took over this place, because Vic took over this place before we did anything, right? Maybe I'm unclear on the timeline. But it doesn't seem like this makes a lot of sense to me. Jim is so good at lockpicking, he doesn't even have to operate the side of the safe that the controls are on. The words, "In case of death, play this," have been written on this cassette's label in crude block handwriting, only to be crossed out sometime later.
Holy shit! Aspen's under attack! Fuckers came right out of the snowstorm and they're shooting anything that moves! Sounds like a fucking war zone out there! I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do! I locked myself in the back room with most of my gear, but I lost my damn glasses out in the snow! I just gotta lay low and hope nobody comes looking. Been about 24 hours since the attack, I guess. Didn't get much sleep. Shooting stopped mostly, but I can still hear screams up by the lodge. Awful sounds. It's been 3, maybe 4 days now. Quiet out there. Most everybody must be dead. I got enough food for maybe another day if I stretch it. After that, I don't know. Wait, something's happening. Oh, please, God, let it be the marshals.
So I think this is a place where you run into some real problems with voice acting. It sounds like what they wanted to do here was have the timeline sort of adapt to the way you're playing. Like, this whole situation makes a lot more sense if Victory has shown up a couple in-game days before you show up, right? But sometime after you've started your adventure. The problem is, the game can't have any concept of the passage of time, because that makes any line of dialogue about time potentially wrong. If the game was all text, you could have this managed by an in-game, like there could be an in-game days system. You could have it managed by tracking the amount of time that's passed, and it could just alter their dialogue, right? A guy could say, it's not a big deal for a guy to say 6 instead of 5. You just, string builder that shit in. The second you have recorded dialogue, all of a sudden everything has to be static from the very beginning. Nothing can be adaptable in any way. And I think it, honestly, maybe has done some real damage to the structure of the plot. Alright.
Hey, buddy. Welcome back. You here to talk or trade?
I am actually real curious about the trading. What do you even have?
Oh, sure, buddy. Yeah, here you go.
And also, why? So we got a survival book, a bear suit. Hard to imagine what a bear suit, the value of a bear suit. We may buy it anyway, because that's interesting. This is a brawling weapon that is maybe a little bit better than the one we're using now. 20% chance to apply damaged armor is definitely compelling. And it's an AP2 weapon by default, so it will only be 1. That seems borderline overpowered. Let me sell you my junk. Wow, we have a lot of money. Yeah, so give me this, for sure. And then... Okay, we got a variety of powerful and impressive weapons here. Why is this... It does have a 10% lower chance to hit than our Guardian. It crits better, but its penetration is slightly poorer. It can damage armor, but it doesn't give risky shot. It does seem like a better weapon, doesn't it? Is 38 an ammo type that we're using very much, I wonder? It's got a bunch of melee combat weapons. An assault shotgun that sure doesn't look like a shotgun. We're not really using shotguns very much, are we? This sniper rifle uses 5.0. What do we have? We have... Okay, we have 70 of those. Interesting. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff here that we should probably buy. And then a bunch of stuff that I don't really care about. This requires 10 weapon modding, which we are not likely to get to. Also, I gotta say, I'm a little unsure. Oh, never mind. Okay. I was gonna say, I'm a little unsure of the actual value of this, given that it doesn't change the effective damage of your weapon at all. It just makes your weapon way more random. But it also has a 35% chance to apply stunned. Those effects should be written together. It shouldn't be the case that half of what the mod does is on line 3 of the description, and the other half is on line 9. That's a very strange way of writing that. And there's not, like, the 35% chance to apply stun isn't called out in different color to make you, like, to note that it's mechanical instead of just descriptive, and very strange. Very strange. Yeah, let's buy some weapons. This armor all seems like it's basically just the armor we have, but, like, with 1 extra point on it, which is very boring. But 38. What does the 38 look like? 38's 152. That suggests that somebody else is on 38, and I kind of want to keep him on the 45. The difference isn't huge, right? No, it's really not. I like the chance to apply damaged armor, of course, but I think we'll stick with this just for ammo reasons. We don't have anybody routinely using a shotgun, and Ringer, who is the one who would be most likely to apply a shotgun, doesn't actually have the small arm skill to use this weapon because he's very brawly. So I'm not going to worry too much about that, but we will buy the Black Star. Or, if it will let me, I would love to buy this Black Star. Okay. And then the Satyr Compact. Same ammo type, penetration 11, 31 to 41 5 times. So it's quite a bit more, but it's fewer bullets. I don't know that I care particularly about that. And then the rest of it's quite similar. It is, yeah, functionally very similar. Lose risky shot, which I actually think is pretty good for center mass, which I think is a lot less exciting. It is 2 extra penetration and a considerable amount more damage, so I guess we probably oughta. It's expensive. Yeah, alright. I don't know where Opie got all these fine weapons and why he's not using them to effect his escape. I mean, he said he's no fighter. Let's do the thing. Okay, so let's modify this up a little bit. We definitely have some tools for this. So I would be inclined, with the number of bullets that come out of his gun, I'd be inclined to just put a plus damage thing on it. Yeah, let's do that. We'll throw a Columbium barrel on there. I don't know that the magazine's going to matter a huge amount. Clip size 25 and it fires twice. It's not clear to me whether magazine size plus 2 means 2 bullets or 2 volleys. 2 bullets would be useless on almost all guns, I suppose, so it must be 2 volleys, right? Nope, it literally will just increase the clip size to 27, not changing the number of times you can fire the weapon or providing any tangible benefit of any kind. Strange. Strange choice. Let's give him that really cool thing we just found, and it looks like I don't have anything for the scope slot. Okay, I'm cool with that. Ringer gets some 6 Shredder Claws. Yeah, well, it's really more of a Vega Claw than a Shredder Claw, right? What can we do to this thing? We don't quite have the weapon modding to put the good thing on. We'll do this, though. That's fine. And then for weight, don't quite have the weapon modding for that either. Okay. He looks even cooler than before, if you can imagine such a thing. And then, Lucia, we're going to swap you over to this. Oh, no, never mind. No, we're not. Soon. Probably 2 levels before she switches. Okay, that's fine. It's good to have the gun. New weapons that are actually upgrades are rare enough. So I don't feel like I know exactly what the Provost's deal is still. Like, I was kind of expecting that somebody in the monster army would have something to say. Like, oh yeah, that's our guy, and he went missing. I guess the bad guys took him. Oh.
You took them. Come to us. Come and die.
Huh. That's... okay, I don't even know what that might be in reference to. We'll figure it out. Anyway, my point is, I don't know what the deal is with the Provost. It's pretty weird that there's just this guy following us around. I feel like the game does not do a spectacular job of explaining a lot of things to you. Alright, so when I mess with this, it's going to flip that turret's allegiance, I assume? That seems good. Or maybe it's not going to do anything at all? Okay, sorry, I still have to interact with it. The Aegis Automated Defense Network. Status ready, enter command. Yeah. Okay, target profile is updated.
What is this?
Nightmare in the machine.
Okay, it killed one of them. So we really want to enter the room from this side now. Also, apparently I missed an ammo box out here. Yeah. It doesn't look like there's anybody else in here, so let's have some people go back out around. It probably doesn't need to be everybody. Hold on, before we do that. Can you please open this door? There we go. Before we do that, let's have Quan step in here and search for traps and see if this is actually a viable approach. Because what we should really do is have some people go one way and some people go the other, right? Veterans Ranger Star. This gleaming ranger badge is a sign of hope in troubled times. That's what hope looks like, huh? Hope looks like a big, hard ass. Some might say hope is the hardest ass of all. Oh, that's a... For some reason, this tripwire is a sneaky shit tripwire, not an explosives tripwire. It's funny that the thing that differentiates them is almost certainly what would happen if the tripwire went off, despite the fact that the way you would disarm it is, you know, by disarming a tripwire, so they should functionally be identical. Alright, let's have Skelly and Brass and Lucia and Jim come in this way. And Quan and Ringer, who are more likely to be able to just run up on these guys, will come in from this side. Now, I have no idea if opening the door is going to initiate combat or not, because, you know, the functions of the game are very inconsistent. But let's hope not. Let's hope we don't get a dialogue opening here. We just get to start combat the way that makes sense. I mean, they're pretty distracted, right? You would imagine. Here, she can be over here. Skelly can also be sort of at the outside. Lucy gets high cover because she's much less resistant to bullets. Okay. Let's have Quan. I mean, it doesn't have to be Quan. Quan has a sneak attack bonus. This is the reason I keep having it be him. But maybe it would be better for it to be somebody else, given how these guys are positioned. Let's have Lucia open up with a sniper rifle shot. You know, if I reposition a little bit, I can probably get these two together. Oh no, actually I can do it either way. Why is Lucia's armor... Is Lucia debuffed? Doesn't look like it. This is the big downside with the game being bugged as much as it is that I never feel confident assuming that something that is unintuitive is actually supposed to be that way. There's no way for us to know, right? Alright, so who do we care most about? The breathers don't seem... I mean, they don't seem super dangerous based on what we've seen so far, but they do have guns, while the Crazer does not. I'm not worried that the Crazer is necessarily going to kill anybody. I think probably the Fumer and then the breathers. I think that's our priority. So, I guess let's have Lucia go off again. Am I better off just shooting him with the pistol? So with the pistol, we're getting a damage bonus. She could run up to here and still have 2 shots. I bet this ends up being better. Until we get her that good sniper rifle. I'm going to save the precision strike for the beginning of next turn to hopefully just gut whoever is most dangerous at that time. Alright, do we want a torrent strike? Yeah, this seems like a reasonable use of it. I'm pretty bummed out that you are still alive, but I think that's very fixable. Yeah, it does suck that that all of these enemies are flame resistant, and also that Skelly is so good at missing them. Jim can't get a shot, but I'm sure he'll have one soon. Alright, so we can have Ringer run over here and open up, or we can have Ringer start in on this guy and maybe keep the Fumer under control. At least keep him distracted. I think I like that. I also like 1 AP per melee attack. That feels pretty good. I'm just going to do the Shaolin Strike now. The Shaolin Surprise always requires 2 AP. No matter what the AP of the weapon attack is. Let's try it. His hit chance is so high that an attack that trades hit chance for crit chance actually seems pretty great. So we can run out to here. I'm going to have Quan stay in a relatively covered position here. I'm a little afraid of the flamethrower, you know?
from the side.
I planned.
Nice shooting, Jim. Yeah, this is what I hoped we were going to be able to avoid. It's alright. Party Pal has it under control. I don't even know what bonus we have from our fox. I totally forgot to look because we were listening to a recording while I was chaining it. Okay. Seems like you maybe could have taken this into account a little bit more. Is there a cooldown on heavy attack? There totally isn't. Okay. Well, I like it. Yeah, we can just do it over and over and over again. Because we still have a 94% hit chance with it. There's no reason not to. Having a hell of a time killing this guy. I think we'll leave that charged up. I guess, okay, there is a good reason not to. It doesn't build combo. Yeah, he totally could have killed that guy. Oh, that's fine. This ought to do it. Let's have you patch Jim up real fast. And Quan can keep looking around. Well, I guess Quan can loot the enemies. More garbage. More garbage. Some bladed weapons. There's a lot of melee weapons in the game. That seems pretty whatever. We've just sort of gotten away from using assault rifles. If we pick up another really good one, who knows? Maybe it'll be worth swapping back over to him. So this will get us... Okay, Quan, get over here and check if this room is safe. Okay, everything looks cool. So this will, in theory, allow us to drop the drawbridge. Welcome to the bridge controls. Bridges, superior to cranes. Please enter your command using the keyboard. Info? You are using Simplified Bridge Controller 0.8.3, operator. Designed for your convenience and safety. SBC allows full control of your local bridge. Safe, sturdy, better than a crane. They got really strong feelings about cranes. I mean, obviously lower. Understood. Lowering bridge. Be advised. Raise command disabled, pending administrator override. Okay, well, I don't know that we would want to raise it, so that seems fine. I kind of figured when I told Quan to do a thing, it might interrupt Skelly's orders. Alright, what's going on in this toaster? It's gold-plated nichrome wire. This coil of nichrome wire, the heating element for an unbuilt toaster, is wrapped in a layer of gold alloy, so even more gold toaster parts. Is there anything we can... Am I allowed to try to combine these, or... Nope. Okay. We just have to hope that when we have enough pieces to build a toaster, the option will present itself? Because that's clearly what we're building to, right? We've got ourselves some vlam. What do you reckon vlam is? It's like Spam. But I guess from the name Spam, you can't really guess what kind of meat that is either. That said, your faithfulness aside, I'm not sure that's a thing we want to be trying to recreate. Alright, let's make sure we grab this. 30-06, which we're still not using. Okay, who knows what we're going to run into over here? Set yourself free, says the blood.
What's going on down there? I'm hearing a lot of foot traffic up here. Sounds like they're sending a squad of breathers down the gondola.
Oh, well, that seems like a tactically inappropriate way to approach a gunfight. The gondola?
The gondola is an old ski lift that goes up and down the mountainside. Only way to get up the summit. You have to fight your way to it. They're probably setting up an ambush for you there as we speak.
This is like a classic arcade rails shooter kind of method of conveyance, I guess. Yeah, any advice you can offer?
Yes, actually. I picked up some chatter that might help. Word is there's some breathers trying to retrieve a weapons cache from a bunker. Seems they tripped some kind of 100 family defenses.
I don't know where the bunker is exactly, but it should be across the bridge. If you can take out those breathers and get those weapons, I'm sure they will come in real handy once you get up to the gondola.
Okay, yeah. Thanks. Hold tight. We're on. My character is speaking in a more military fashion than I am.
We're counting on you.
I'm hoping that it will be comforting to Riley. Okay, so set yourself free by going in here.
Well. Like I tell all my guests, if you've got what it takes, you can leave anytime you want. Just follow the signs.
Alright, they're going real hard on this, this particular version of video game psychopath that I'm sure we've all seen in dozens of games. It's like, what if the Joker, but written worse? What if I just want everybody to know that I'm familiar with the Joker? Several nearby structures appear to be brand new. Looks like the breathers interrupted a building boom. So new here used in kind of a non-standard fashion. Oh, man. Excellent. More stags. Well, more stags singular.
Those freaks.
Quan really doesn't like deer. Okay, that's a pretty damn good weapon barrel that we cannot actually use. That is an extremely high-quality gas mine. And over here, we got a thing that Quan should be able to disable. Okay. Got a big old cement mixer. The dried blood caked on the cement mixer suggests some questionable building practices. Like on the front? Or where's the... Huh. Oh, I see. Okay, what your meaning is clear to me now. Yeah, we're definitely gonna dismiss our fox. Obviously, scratch him behind the ears first. You did good work, buddy. We really appreciate your help. I'm assuming that it would be a real bad idea to get caught by this dude up here when he could just fire down through the window at us. Or over the balcony. Definitely want to try to sneak people past. Probably one by one, real carefully. It's the best way to do this. Alright, I am a big fan of a stag. Let's try to move people through. I guess the party bot is attached to Skelly for some reason. You know, he's got those treads, right? So he doesn't really have like a walk cycle. Maybe that's why he glommed onto Skelly. He sees the similarity. I'm shocked that did not turn out to be like a one-session thing that was fixed by loading. She's never gonna move her legs ever again. Whoa. I was trying to click on Lucia there. I have no idea why the clone is attached to Lucia. And the Provost seems to just kind of hang out around whoever a little bit. I can't believe the deer haven't set off that mine at some point. Alright, I don't think we're going to be able to sneak much deeper than this. This is where it kicks off. We probably want to take the upper area as quickly as possible. So, like... Let me see if I can get Quan to set to open up the door. I will say I like this thing. I like there being like a reasonably functional, a stealth game with like actual mechanics and stuff inside of the CRPG. I think this is a cool tactical thing. You could definitely do like a little bit more. This is gonna be tough because he's right there. A little bit more of a Commandos or Desperados style thing with one of these games. I had not really thought of that before, and I've never seen it tried even to this extent. Certainly not any more than this, but I do like it. I think it's a good idea. Alright, here's my play. We move Quan back, get everybody together. I'm going to get everybody together like this, so that Quan is the one who is selected. And as soon as this breather walks away from the wall, we just rush the room. We'll get spotted, but hopefully we'll have enough time to get everybody basically inside. Alright, go. Wow. Quan, good opening. See, like, that feels cool, executing this charge with the attack. Like, this feels like a real... We got some real tactical advantage here from planning and sneaking and opening the door and checking out the surroundings in a way that feels really neat and like it plays with the systems kind of well, except for this thing where, for some reason, parts of the battlefield are not in combat yet. In fact, I don't have any idea what actually is in combat. Like, what are we fighting? Because it kind of looks like nothing. Kind of looks like all of the enemies are... Huh. Alright, Quan, get over here. Jim... Sorry, Lucia. Go check the balcony? That guy's dead. It's not clear to me what we're in combat with. Because all of the enemies walking around seem to still be in walk around mode. Well, I guess let's get everybody into some kind of position in here. Can't use the safest cover, apparently. Seems a little bit weird. Try to catch people if they try to run up the stairs. Now Jim has to get inside. Now Skelly got to get inside so that we have room open for Ringer to run in. And we're starting to run out of places that have any level of cover at all. Sorry, Skelly will just stand back with clear eyes on the door. Can't... Okay. Well, I'm assuming with this weapon type, can't do Overwatch? Because she definitely had the AP. And you just get in here as well. And I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, a couple of enemies all the way over there. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that it seems to have aggroed a bunch of distant enemies without having aggroed the close ones. I'm assuming that they'll catch on at some point here. Yeah, there we go.
I planned. You didn't.
So they effectively... A bunch of those guys effectively didn't get a turn. Which is cool. Again, feels like a cool reward for having set up properly. Although it also feels a little bit like it's probably not supposed to be the way, the way this is working. Let's have... I'm going to have Quan try to bust up this guy real fast. So let's see. I'm going to have Quan run all the way out to here. Let's get our special shot from here. Okay, just because I wanted to get, like, real vision of the whole place. With a torrent strike, he should probably fire at, you know, more than one thing. Okay, Lucia can pick that guy up real fast. And then she has a precision strike. May as well. Wow. She just completely exploded his entire head. Do you have the ability to hit these two? Wow. Critical hits. It turns out they're pretty good. You should try to have some. Okay, who can Ringer get to? Because, like, these two over here are a little bit of a problem. Sorry, one. That's right. Our crew, our what do you call it? Our elk and clone crew took care of one of those guys. Yeah, Ringer can just run up on this dude and hit him so many times. That'll probably be good enough, right? Yeah, man. 1 AP melee attacks should be against the law. We are committing a crime. Jim doesn't really get to do anything. Skelly, can you get this shot? Can we see a percentage on that, maybe? No? Alright. now, can I? 5%. See, that's the kind of number that I would have liked to know ahead of time. It's 5% no matter where I am, it looks like. I guess, okay, just get over here. Like, see, that hit percent thing is a really good example of how just, like, the fact that everything about the game is broken all of the time, we've just sort of acclimated to to a bunch of it. And so when there are a bunch of ways that things can be broken, and we're just like, alright, I guess that's the way of it. Alright, Brass has just got to get a better position. We just need to spend a turn repositioning. And Jim also just has to reposition.
We will cleanse.
Somehow none of our enemies have ever heard of Ringer before. They don't realize what they're getting into. Oh no! I have strong feelings about my stag. Don't you dare poison him. Come on, show me one of those great big crits. No. All right, we're seeing a lot of very impressive critical hits today. Who wants to do this? I'm trying to think, like, whose ammo do we care about the least? It's probably Quan's. We have a lot of Quan's bullets. He needs to reload. Okay. We could have Ringer run up there and finish the job, but I think Ringer is needed over here. So yeah, we'll have somebody who is, somebody who still needs to use bullets do this thing. I mean, I probably don't want it to be Lucia. I guess I want it to be Jim. If it can be Jim, it should be Jim. Jim's ammo is relatively valueless.
Yippee-ki-yay! I'm hearing a heck of a lot of shooting. Hope you're all making friends down there.
Yeah, bad. It's bad. Kalash 97. I mean, whatever. It's an assault rifle. Who would even bother? The foreman's log. This old logbook has been carefully maintained. Its yellowed pages filled with entries written in pencil, some faded with age, and also a ripped-up ghillie suit. Which, I mean, how do you even tell, right? Even a ghillie suit that's in very good condition kind of looks like it's all torn up. Alright, ammo. Whole lot of the same junk. At least it's flavorful junk, you know? Each different group of people that you fight in the Wasteland has their own kinds of junk that they drop. I did really like that. I think that felt really cool tactically. We basically got like a surprise round, and we get to open up on that guy, and it was neat to be able to coordinate our attack in that way. What is that sound? Oh, it's probably poison damage ticking. Yeah, are you guys gonna be okay? Can I have you heal the stag? The provost was also injured, I think? Yes. Okay, so I can see the health of friendlies if I mouse over them with a healing item. Just not when I mouse over them with other items, which it feels like probably it should be both. Alright, Jim's got pretty good eyes, but Quan is the one who should really be stepping first into new areas. That is cunning. That's a cruel move. Put a medical crate surrounded on most sides and then a mine right in front of it. Could you please get over here and fix this? And I do really like, the having individual characters with their specializations running around and doing their thing. I think this system feels good. My understanding is that this is, at the very least, what Wasteland 2 is like. Wasteland 1 is so old that you have to imagine it's considerably different in many ways. Can we actually get inside this little building? Looks like it does not... There are no doors. It's not even a case of there being like a locked door that we have no way of entering. They just literally didn't put a door on this building. That seems strange. If I were designing a space in a video game, I would simply put a door on it. Maybe it's based on a real building at the Aspen Ski Resort? Could be. Let's have you get to that while you do this. One entire med dart. Alright, now that the computer is functional, what can we do with this crane? I mean, it's not as good as a bridge, but... hold on. Type info. We're using simplified crane controller 0.8.3 operator, designed for your convenience and safety. SCC will override any potentially dangerous commands. It has never been easier to operate a crane safely. Hold on. What is this crane actually... Okay, it would raise that shipping container. Okay, well that seems like a good thing to do. Who knows what's under there? It could be treasure. Be advised, lower command disabled pending administrator override. I think it's funny that these two systems seem to have been designed by the same people when they clearly the people feel like cranes are such crummy pieces of equipment. So do I think this is a way forward? It looks like it might be a way forward. Hold on, we don't want Quan to go in there alone. This might... You know, this might be the weapons cache. Everybody get close. And then we'll have Quan step down here. So everybody else can jump in if they need to. It's filled with robots that presumably Vic's people never actually managed to clear out. There's some of Vic's people down here. They tried. Okay, I can fight a bunch of robots. Unfortunately, when it comes to using a ladder, we are beholden somewhat to the laws of physics. Okay, a Satyr compact for free, so that's a shame. Quan, come over here and compute this. The computer display reads Omega Pro Automated Defense System V2.1.35 status active. Enter command deactivate. System offline. Warning, this location is no longer secure. Omega Pro is not liable for any losses incurred as a result. See the disclaimer in your owner's manual for details.
Rangers, what's in here? Overheard the guards saying they lost contact with the squad at the bunker. You secured the weapons cache?
I feel like given the amount of activity and scrutiny and stuff that's going on right now, this would be a real cool time for radio silence. Affirmative, what's your status?
As good as could be expected. Worried about the other Rangers up here, though. Gear up and move out as soon as you can. Hearing foot traffic. I think they're waiting for you at the gondola. Shit, I have to go. The guards are making their rounds. Listen out.
Yeah, feel free to stay out, my dude. We'll handle it. I wonder if this is actually a thing where, like, coming over here for the weapons causes the gondola situation to be worse because the game, like, regards this as time passing. Boy, how do we want to approach this? These guys are all melee. So on this one, we probably all want to be together. We want to abuse a bottleneck if we can. Let's make it this landing right here, I think. So I don't know if it's going to let us fire through the windows or not. But let's... Can the clone maybe just, like, not stand right there? I get that they're going for something a little bit more naturalistic by having the, something that feels more like natural space by having the grid that the entire game operates on be... Oh, okay. I guess we deactivated the automated defense systems. I thought at first it would just turn the robots off. It seems to have instead just made them non-hostile. Okay. Fine by me. I don't need to fight a bunch of robots. Ammunition is expensive. It's strange that, like, so these corpses are not real corpses, right? These are chests that are designed to look like corpses, and as such, they don't use the corpse loot logic. You don't loot all of them in the area when you loot them. That's super weird. Why not? I wonder what technical issue prevented them from making these loot as a group the way the other corpses in the game do. Oh, wait. Hold on. Lucia is not the one who should be running into a new area first. Okay, so this is a door. What is the... If there's another way in here, what is the value of the crane? The value of the crane is that it lets you start on the side of the room that has the computer. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Well, I feel like Quan has had a chance to check the whole place out. Probably there's no other traps. Let's just loot and get a Cold Comfort pump shotgun. Freezing chamber processes normal shells into squared-off ice cubes that slam their target with cold death. The worst kind of death. So it's a particularly flesh-effective shotgun with effectively infinite penetration. That seems like a real good weapon. A more normal shotgun. A makeshift mace of the type that we have seen many of before. Weirdly valuable weapon, though. And the Nidhogg heavy machine gun. Okay, that's interesting. Let's have a quick look at Brass's gun here. How does the Nidhogg compare? A whole lot more damage per bullet, and it eats the ammo less quickly. However, it does fire .50, and like all of the other things here, it has a chance to apply damaged armor. Isn't that an armor type, or a weapon, a bullet type that we are very low on? It seems super not great to have your assault weapons, to have your automatic weapons firing that stuff, firing 50 cal. I think we're gonna skip out on that one. Alright, let's have a look at this foreman's log. March. This is the whole log, okay. Been a hard couple months getting all our equipment up the mountain roads from Colorado Springs. Lost some good men to accidents along the way, but when the snows lift next month, we'll be ready to get to work. Never been this far up into the mountains before. Aspen's beautiful. Must have been a hell of a town back in the day. Why does that book even exist? What is the value to me of this book? Alright, so the weapons cache was fine. That shotgun's probably pretty cool. I don't know. I guess Jim is the one that would probably carry that, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, Jim just has an attribute point that I probably ought to spend. Alright, let's get this action point. We're gonna want to keep pushing up coordination and charisma. Probably we should just pick one and shove it, right? Let's keep working on kiss ass. You know how Jim loves to kiss ass. And let us not discuss it in any greater detail than that. Okay, hey, that's a guy who looks quite significant. So... Alright, there is a thing up here. There's probably a generator up there that would turn off these two turrets. My guess is that we're going to find it difficult to access. Let's real quickly here... Huh. Weird. Alright, well... I was kind of expecting this to like loop around and maybe there's a path to the side that requires you to see the mine and stuff, and then you can use that to get to the generator, but it looks like it actually doesn't go anywhere. Can we see the generator yet? Wow, it is deep in there, huh? If I told her to do that, yeah, she would just run around. Can I tell her to get up here and then, like, jump down this way so she spends less time in... Ooh, a Nox bomber. Oh, I don't need to jump down. There's a ladder. So we could have her start the fight back here and have her just make a mad dash for the generator. I guess that's what I'm gonna do, because, like, these are These are 800 health turrets. I definitely don't want to try to hack through them all. Would it be more sensible... Do the turrets themselves have awareness? It might be more sensible to just approach on this side. Yeah, come back down. Let's see if we can... Oh, right.
You stand before Federico. We are the breathers of dreams. Stand before us and die.
That's a pretty cool looking gun you got there. Do we want to try to bully him, or do we just want to have at him? I think we probably just want to have at him. My guess is that he's not gonna flip.
No.
Alright, well, that's another one of those things that just sucks terribly and makes the systems non-functional. Especially a shame because we just had an actual good experience with these systems. Also, I chose the attack first option, and we still don't get the first turn. There are really good ideas in this game. I'm fucking baffled by so many of the decisions that they've made around them. Alright, well... I think we're going to be able to get that next turn. I think I am going to have her just run for it. She should have 2 more AP than this. There's no reason that she wouldn't have been affected by that rally. He did have line of sight to her and everything. It's just the game being broken because the game's broken. And then we're just going to stay on this side of the thing and use this busted up car as cover from the heavy machine guns until Brass does what she is here to do. So, we can just have Jim paste this guy. Oh right, and I didn't manually load the gun after equipping it, so the character can't do that, despite the fact that the character manually reloads the gun in all situations. Okay, Skelly's definitely shooting well below her indicated shot chances against all enemies so far this video, which is a little bit of a bummer.
Who more than self?
Well, Lucia... No, Lucia will not friendly fire. Alright, we may as well do it like this, so that it kills that Crazer without having to spend somebody's entire attack on it. We're having some just real bad luck here all the way around. Alright, she should not be visible to the turrets from here, I think, or at least not visible to this one. She's probably going to end up getting downed. I'm going to have Ringer... Boy. Maybe I have Ringer just run out here in the hopes of getting him to get focused by the turrets. He can do some damage to one of these bringers, and then he can just try to absorb. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have him run to here. We're going to have him medic pack, which should refill his health right now, and then leave a pretty powerful healing over time effect on him. And then, that's true, we could, I wasn't really thinking about this. EMP burst is available. No, never mind, don't have the AP for that. Who could possibly have the AP for that? Heavy attack. Get him. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. Alright, good luck, my dude. I sure hope you survive. They should probably come up with versions of these songs, if they're going to use them in combat, that loop a little bit more smoothly, right? So what do I want... Boy, I don't know what I want Jim to do. Maybe this is a good demoralize time? Let's get a debuff on the big scary guy, and then we're just going to have a couple of people who are still on the stairs at the end of the first round. And we can't use this thing as cover at all. Yeah, I guess you'd have to like lay down, huh? Maybe we just back up. Jim and Skelly just back up. Because I'm just thinking, It is not, I want them out of range. If they can't get out of line of sight of the turrets, I want them out of range of the turrets. This is not far enough to get a free shot. I think I'll just have Quan run up here. He should be pretty covered from the turrets, I think.
With brotherhood from sea to shine.
94 on that guy. I mean, we gotta start working on Federico at some point, but maybe let's shoot other people first. Just try to lower the number of enemies, and then we can work on Federico after somebody busts his armor. Probably Jim.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Skelly just back up a little bit, I think.
For heroes crew.
As far as we can on 1 AP, and then we'll save the other one.
In liberating strife.
It's less viable for Jim, though, isn't it? Because he's got such a short-range weapon.
Who more than self?
I'm gonna
Their country love.
ambush and hope that he's just far enough away that they'll ignore him. Because Ringer's right there. Yeah. Just throwing Ringer kind of in the open seems to be a pretty good strategy for protecting people. Ooh. Yeah, that's not great. Alright, well, the good news is it seems like you can only be poison gassed once. It's gonna be real nice to have Brass up in a position where she can shoot that guy in the back. Yo! Quan's in bad shape. Okay, Clone wasting his turn. Stag being far smarter. Not a huge surprise, I suppose.
You are going to die.
With brotherhood. From sea to shining sea.
Alright. Brass is always a hero.
Shining sea.
Team player 100% of the time. I think we're probably just going to have her prepare. I don't really want to move her closer out of cover. Okay, so situation's a little bit different now. I'm going to have Ringer come up here and start pressuring the Nox Bomber. I know the Breather's potentially a danger as well, but I think this matters a lot more. We're going to give him some cover from the guys on the ground.
Oh, beautiful.
I think I want to stack...
Or
What is this?
skies,
Damages and shocks any targets in an area.
or amber waves of grain.
I don't remember what shocked does, and there's no, for some reason, there's no indication.
For purple mountain majesty.
Okay, well, hopefully it was worth it. You sure are shocked. It's interesting that it put a combo point up on each of them. That's pretty cool. How far? Okay, I can get a good angle on him from here. Obviously, Lucia's in terrible danger at this range, but she is about to have precision strike. Alright, let's work this guy's flame tank. 33% chance it blows up and kills him instantly, as opposed to this, which nukes his armor. This would probably blow up Lucia too, so that's definitely a concern. I'm gonna go for it. 5,600-ish damage. Lucia is so exaggeratedly good at her job. 570. Jesus. Lucia just spent 6 AP to do over 6,000 damage. Because, you know, it's just how she gets down. It's just what she does. So we're gonna have a pretty bad shot against that guy. He's got really good cover. Alright, we'll come back to you.
Who more than self?
Quan is going to need, first of all, a hypo, and secondly, some serious medical attention, like in the near future.
And mercy more than life.
Let's get out of the Doom Cloud. And then, I mean, do we try to just get lucky? Yeah, screw cover. We're fighting the guy with a rocket launcher. What good is cover? Apparently Jim's just gonna get a 95% chance through that guy's cover. And precision strike is free some of the time. We could just go normal on this guy. We don't have to go for the dice roll. Alright, let's try to get lucky. It's still good damage even if it doesn't work. It is weird that that does any damage at all, though, if it doesn't work. I would almost expect it to be sort of an all or nothing kind of deal. Either you blow it up or you haven't hit his body, so nothing happens. They're having a rough turn. Okay, that's a gas grenade on nobody. Weird choice. That is probably pretty smart. Okay, he exploded at the end of his turn thanks to all of the shocking.
Thanks.
You killed all my breathers. Oh well. See you soon.
Alright. So, just a bunch of junk, I assume. Oh, we got a gondola building key. That, of course, is important. Gas grenade, which makes sense. Yeah, we're gonna have to let all of the poison run out and then medicine everyone. I mean, we could treat it, but also, like, kinda... I think it's not necessarily a great use of resources to treat it when we could just let it run out. And then just use normal healing resources, which are, like, cheap as free. So let's see. What else is there to loot around here? I guess we should get Quan up, though, because Quan is our trap-finding guy. He is also still poisoned. Because you just remain poisoned. Well, whatever. At this point, him going down doesn't even have any meaning, right? Because an injury kit removes all injuries simultaneously.
Time for one last stand.
Alright, let's find some cool stuff. Just a box with a single can of beer in it for some reason. Alright, that's locked. I'm just trying to make sure there's not any traps or anything. You're a winner! It's true, I am a winner. Ah, I see. If we had followed the arrow, it would have taken us through a growler pen into the big fight. Alright, could you get up here and fix this, please? Is there anything else of value? Hold on, what was that? It was a big saw on a stick? Can I please loot it? Maybe it did loot? No, it doesn't seem to have. I mean, I don't reckon we'd use it anyway. It's just, okay, it's bugged because we opened a different thing while it was... Of course it is. You know, Wasteland 3. Alright. So let's get everybody together here and actually do the medicines. It looks like Quan's the only one who went down. He did not go down again, even.
Nice save. Thanks.
Wish this UI was a little bit less mouse-over-based. Because, you know, the big problem with mouse-over-based selection is that it can just decide that you're not mousing over it anymore.
Thank you for the medical attention.
Stuff should, in general, stuff should open when you click on it and should close when you click on it again. This is a thing we knew years ago, and then somehow we forgot it.
Medical attention.
Okay. So, does anybody have real level ups to spend? Skelly has an attribute point, which should definitely get allocated. And then I don't think we're going to want to spend her skill points. I think we're saving up probably. Well, actually, do we want to max out Weird Science right now, or do we want to... yeah, I guess there's not really a good reason to, huh? Maybe we should just push hard ass? Or weapon modding. We should probably push weapon modding, actually. We're okay at hard ass. For some reason, despite all of our deeds and all of the many, many murders we've committed and the fact that some of us look like this, people just aren't as afraid of us as they ought to be. Alright, Quan is saving, Brass is saving. Okay. You couldn't have people react to you in a way that makes sense if you wanted it to be the case that sometimes you have to have a skill to scare people, because holy shit, we're terrifying. I do think this injury is worth an injury kit. Okay. And then it's just time to go in here where the big ambush is waiting for us. Unless these guys were the ambushers. I don't know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow when you come back next time. We're going to open this up and presumably have some kind of climactic showdown with Victory Buchanan. I'm assuming we're going to find out that it's not really all that difficult. And we'll see you then.